So kind of, I guess that game was the definition of a game of two halves.
It was in terms of the result. I think when you look at the performance, we dominated the first half. We dominated virtually the whole match. But in any football match, you've got to make that domination pay off. And we didn't do that in the first half. We got caught cold in a couple of attacks. I think they only attacked our goal 3 times, and they scored 2 goals. So from our point of view, very, very disappointing. So you naturally assume a game of two halves because we turned it around in the second half. But when you analyse the whole game, we dominated it. I thought we looked a little bit lethargic the first half. I think that's obviously the after effect of a tough game on Tuesday night against Matlock. I went with the same team, but I just said to him there. They showed in the second half after the half-time talk, which was. It wasn't a heated one. It was just keep doing what we're doing. We're going to get teams like Nantwich come here, sit in, and make it very, very difficult for us. And if you're not sharp and your tempo's not right, you're going to struggle to break them teams down. But I have to say, they responded second half, as you've seen yourself. They come out, they were magnificent. We always felt we could get something out of the game. We needed to get that early goal. Of course, when Briggsy misses the penalty, you think, is it going to be one of those days? I think Big Jack's headed one down as well, I think, and gone over the bar, and you just think, is it? But they kept going. And they showed character, and they showed a lot of quality as well, and it was a fantastic turnaround.
And going into that second half, was it all about getting that early goal to get the crowd behind you as well, really get that momentum going?
Yeah, it was flat. It was, I'm not going to lie, it was flat in the first half, and the crowd, rightly so. I think at times like that, you want the crowd to get behind you, but you can't fault the players for their effort. They went right to the final minute there, and you could see with the lads at the end of the game. They're a tired bunch, so they need to recover again, but. I said to him at half time, who's going to spark us into life? Who's going to give us that little bit of magic that gets the crowd back up on their feet, gets them going? And, I have to say they upped the tempo brilliantly the second half. They moved the ball quicker and they attacked better. And of course, we took our chances. And, JJ to get 4 goals, I challenged him and he set me a target. I won't tell you what it is when he come back fit, and he's not a million miles away from it now, so I'm absolutely delighted for him, but for the whole team, and you can see what it meant to them.
It's a special day for JJ to score 4 goals, all about being in the right place in the right time and showing those striking instincts. Yeah,
I think from his point of view and his standards, him and Hodgie were fairly quiet the first half. I asked for a bit more out of him in the second half, and they responded. I know I took young Sam off, but he's played a lot of football, and he'll play a lot more football. But yeah, that's all you can ask for, as a striker, being in the right place at the right time. And he showed today with the quality of the finishes. He's a huge threat at this level, and we need to keep him fit now and keep him ready for every game.
Some brilliant deliveries as well from the likes of Nathan Law and Jordan Hunter. How important were they in that second half?
Well, I think Jordan Hunter was fantastic throughout the whole match. I think he absolutely dominated that right hand side of the pitch, first and second half. Caused the fullback all sorts of problems, and his deliveries as well, so he's getting better and better and fitter. I think Nathan, again by his standards, was a bit quiet first half. Second half raised his game to the levels we know he can play at, and his delivery can still be better in my eyes, certainly from corners, but he's working on it, and he keeps trying, and when he gets his delivery right, there's no better person in the league that can deliver a ball like he does.
2 excellent wins this week were in very different ways as well. How pleased is it that you're ticking all these different boxes?
Yeah, I think we've showed since I've been at the club, we've showed all different ways of winning. We went to Warrington and stood up against them. We went to Buxton as well in the horrendous weather and stood up to them, and of course Matlock on Tuesday, of course I wasn't here, but I watched the match and they were excellent. The challenge to them was, can they recreate that? And it was always going to be difficult, but they've gone and shown they can do it. So, as a manager and coaches and as players, when you can win in different ways, it's a huge lift. But we won't get carried away. Now I'm going to be, the doom and gloom, but we won't get carried. You have to enjoy these moments, and I said that to him. But we've got another game Tuesday night. As simple as that. Enjoy to this evening. When we wake up tomorrow, we prepare for Tuesday, which again is another important match.
In terms of the league table, it obviously solidifies our place at the top at the moment as well, but I guess it is still in the balance, isn't it?
Yeah, this is obviously, as you know, it's my first managerial job, but over the years when I've worked under managers and spoke to them, it's important that you don't get too carried away. You enjoy the moment, of course, but there's a lot of football still to be played. There's still a lot of things that we can improve on, and hopefully we will. But it's another game ticked off, and they're coming thick and fast again, isn't it? Another game Tuesday and then Saturday. We've got a lot of away games coming up as well, so we need to prepare right. and be ready. And I've said before, you know, it's going to be a squad game. I'm going to have to use the whole squad moving forward because, you know, just the amount of football we've got left.
Just finally, you mentioned it there, 4 away games in a row coming up now. It's going to be a real massive challenge, isn't it? But I guess if you come out with that, with a positive set of results, it's going to put you in a really strong position.
Yeah, huge. You know, it's not ideal. We didn't really want the Lancaster game on the 15th away, but it is what it is. You know, if you're going to do it the hard way. And there's no better feeling. As I said to them at half time, imagine how it'd feel now if we come into this dressing room at the end of the game having won this football match. And you could tell by the celebration. So, you know, again, if we can come out the back of the 4 away games still sitting where we are, then it would have been a successful four games. But we'll take each game as it comes, the old cliche. We go to Ashford on Tuesday night. We're there to be shot at, you know, and that's the message. I'd let Peter Reid come into the dressing room beforehand and have a chat with the lads about the pressures of being the top of the league and what it takes to stay there, and they certainly took that on board and put it into play today.